Welcome to Jeff's Changes for Life. Letting go and why we have to do it. Have you ever felt like no matter how much time passes, you just can't seem to move on from something? Maybe it's a mistake you made, a person who hurt you, or a dream that didn't work out. You tell yourself to let go, but somehow it keeps pulling you back. Today, I want to help you to break free. Letting go isn't about forgetting or pretending something didn't happen. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of what no longer serves you. In this video, we're going to go deep because real change takes real work. Let's get started. We hold on to things because they feel familiar. Even pain can become comfortable if we've carried it long enough. Maybe you're holding on to regret because you think punishing yourself will somehow make things right. Maybe you're holding on to anger because letting it go feels like you're letting someone off the hook. But the truth is, you're the one that's suffering, not them. Holding on to the past doesn't protect us. It actually traps us. And today, we're going to change that. Scientifically, our brains are wired to hold on to strong emotional experience. The good news, we can rewire our brains. So always in Jeff's Changes for Life fashion, I'm going to have to start with black and white, and this is a super important one. In life, there's always two ways to look at things. If something happens to you, you can look at yourself and live your life as the victim, or you can learn something and move forward, a fortified person with a deeper understanding, not letting this drag you down into that hole where nothing matters, nothing is fun, you're not grateful for anything. That's never a good place to be for anybody. So, how do we do that? The first step is to stop fighting the past. No amount of replaying it, resenting it, or wishing it were different will change that. But here's the thing. Acceptance doesn't mean approval. It means saying, this is my reality, and I choose to move forward anyway. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what have I been resisting that I need to accept? So remember, in previous episodes, we've talked about functioning in truths. One of the biggest reasons we struggle to let go is that we frame things, the situation, in a way that keeps us stuck, keeps us as the victim. It allows us to not like what's taken place and find support from people around us because we tell our tale of woe in a way that gains emotional support from people that say, oh, that is so terrible. So I'm going to suggest instead of doing that, let's ask some questions. Why did this happen to me? Try asking, what did this teach me? Maybe that betrayal taught you how to value yourself more. Maybe that results redirected you to something better. Every painful experience holds a lesson. Your job is to find it. So again, we go backwards. We talked about forgiveness and giving yourself forgiveness. I know sometimes forgiveness feels impossible, but remember this. Forgiveness isn't about excusing someone else's actions. It's about releasing the hold they have on you. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack full of anger and resentment. Now, imagine setting it down. That's what forgiveness does. It lightens your load. If you're struggling to forgive, start with the simple phrase, I release this pain from my own peace. You don't have to mean it right away, but say it enough times and one day you will. Maybe you're holding on to a toxic relationship because you're afraid of being alone. Maybe you're replaying what you would call failures. We call them results because you think they define you. It's time to break those chains. Ask yourself, If I let this go, what do I make space for? Because every time you release something negative, you create room for something better. If you're holding on to that negative experience, you're not allowing room for something better to happen. You know, there's an old saying, and I love this saying: it feels like everything's falling apart. Or could it be that everything's falling into place? So, because you're so close to the project, you don't know if everything's fallen into place. You have a terrible breakup. You're heartbroken. 6 months down the road, 2 years down the road, you meet the person of a lifetime. How could I have ever lived my life without him? So we have to see it as we're building ourselves a new future. You know, letting go isn't just about leaving something behind, it's about moving forward, something new. Start small. Practice mindfulness. Focus on the present instead of the past. Create a new habit that aligns with who you want to be. Visualize your life free from the weight of what you're carrying. What does that look like? What does that feel like? The more you see it, the more real it becomes. So let me tell you about someone who learned to let go. I have come to learn, and I like to explain it like this: people are windows in your life, whether it's friends, family, acquaintances, business, people, it doesn't matter who it is, they're windows in your life. So rather than look back on the friends and the people that are not in my life, that are not maybe bringing me to a threshold of importance that is acceptable to me or whatever it might be, I have learned to enjoy the moments I have with them in the present day. So, I have to say, people that are finding their power in letting go, they're not just waking up one day and they feel better. They did the work. And so can you. It's not that easy, but it's worth it, because at the end of the day, your peace is worth more than your past. So in order to do this, you're going to have to do things differently than you've done before. Make one decision a day that starts to change the trajectory of your future. We don't have to be scared, because I've already explained there's no such thing as failure. There's only results. So who is afraid of results? If it doesn't result in what you want, then we're going to tweak it. We're going to do something a little bit different to get us what we want. We are going to take those chances because we have self-value. We know who they are. If we're not finding exactly what we want right away, that's not a colossal mess. It's actually results. We'll tweak it until we get what we want. So what's the thing you're ready to let go? Say it out loud, write it down, make the choice today, and stop carrying what no longer serves you. Remember, letting go isn't losing, it's gaining freedom, and you deserve that. Letting go doesn't mean you'll never feel pain again. It means you trust yourself to handle whatever comes next. Growth isn't about avoiding hurt. It's about knowing you can rise above it. So I'm going to challenge you today. Take one step toward letting go. Maybe it's writing a letter you'll never send. Maybe it's deleting an old message that keeps pulling you back. Whatever it is, take action. And when you do, come back and comment. I'm letting go. Let's do this together. As always, this is Jeff with Jeff's Changes for Life. And I hope you have a rockin' day, because we're working on ourselves. And there's really nothing better than working on ourselves.